Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Golden Moments. I'm Bruce Howard. In September, the 2019 University of Tulsa Hall of Fame was inducted. 3 individuals and the 1988 University of Tulsa National Championship women's golf team. One of the individuals is F.A. Dry. He's a legendary assistant coach for University of Tulsa in the 1960s under Glenn Dobbs. Then he became the athletic director and head football coach at TU.
F.A. Dry grew up in the small town of Fairland in Ottawa County in northeast Oklahoma. He was coaching at Hale High School in Tulsa when in the early 1960s he was contacted by new University of Tulsa head football coach Glenn Dobbs.
He called me up one day and said, I'd like to talk to you about coming to University of Tulsa. And I said, okay, so we went out to, he told me that he was taking over the football job as well as AD, and he wanted me to come and coach the defense. And I said, okay.
But it didn't end there. F.A. was soon put on the offensive staff, a more comfortable fit for him, and Coach Dobbs wanted to open the offense up.
He wanted to throw the ball, so we said, okay. So we started recruiting players that fit that.
Those players included Jerry Rhome, Howard Twilley, John Simmons, and countless others that had the tools for the passing game. And one other guy joined TU, legendary NFL passer Sammy Baugh.
He taught me, and then in '63 we started developing as the year went on. We got better and better. Jerry got better and better, and some of our recruits started to develop.
But I had F.A. Dry and Sammy Baugh coaching. Sammy leaves and becomes the Houston Oilers head coach. F.A. becomes the offensive coordinator, takes over.
F.A. Dry was very good at designing plays and taking advantages of weaknesses that most teams had because they didn't have anybody exploiting those things.
Glenn is running all over town trying to build a stadium. He turns it over to F.A. F.A. becomes the man, the offensive coordinator, the line coach, the backfield coach, the receiver coach. He runs the whole show.
TU led the nation in passing 5 straight years, in total offense in 1964 and 65, 2 bowl games, 1 bowl victory. It was Glenn Dobbs orchestrating, but it was F.A. Dry coordinating.
F.A. Dry was probably more responsible for my success in my career than almost anybody, maybe with the exception of Glenn Dobbs. But F.A. was a great coach.
F.A. took me and turned me loose, and we worked together. It was like father, son, coach, quarterback. That's the way it was, and that's why we're the way we are.
He had a way of motivating you by just saying a few words. He didn't have to yell at you, and he's not a yeller. F.A. has been a great coach and a great friend.
F.A. then went into the NFL as a coach with the Houston Oilers. After that, he came back to Tulsa as athletic director at TU, then was named head coach midway through the 1972 season.
What we had to do was to organize our recruiting and get some players on campus and set some goals. So we set the goal that we were going to win the conference.
He really was a good rallying point to turn the program around. And with F.A., we proceeded then to win 4 conference championships.
Well, F.A. Dry was a guy that, big guy, kind of had a personality that was bigger than life, and was he was able to motivate you and as a player.
F.A. was he was a really great coach, communicated well with his players. Most players liked him, smart guy, great offensive coach.
As a coach, Dry won 4 Missouri Valley Conference titles, went to 1 bowl game, and with his pro-style offense sent a slew of players to the NFL. Another Dry legacy was when Title IX was ushered in during his tenure as AD, he hired a young women's golf coach named Dale McNamara.
Rock. Steady. Loved him. Had believed in me. He had the guts to be a pioneer himself and realize that this is women's sports, and let's do the right thing here.
Assistant coach, offensive coordinator, head coach, athletic director, F.A. Dry, the latest member of the University of Tulsa Hall of Fame.
I have nothing but fond memories of Tulsa. Really enjoyed working for Pascal Twyman and enjoyed the whole experience there. Oh, the great times. I enjoyed every minute of it.